Hey everyone, let's continue working with rational expressions. Here we have two fractions and they're being multiplied, and there's a lot of terms going on, and your job is to simplify. So I found that the best thing for me to do was to rewrite this as one giant fraction, and I can do that because everything's being multiplied. So I'm not going to multiply anything together, I'm just going to set it up. 12n squared times, and then I have the quantity 5n plus 1 times, I have another quantity 4n plus 6. So all of that is my numerator, and my denominator is now 28 times 4n times 5n plus 1 cubed. Now, some of you may want to go ahead and multiply the 28 and the 4. I don't want to. I think if I multiply that together, I'm going to have a large number, and I really don't want to work with a large number. I'd rather work with the smaller numbers. So the first thing I see is that 4 will divide evenly into the 12. So I'm going to go ahead and cross out the 4, cross out the 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3, so I have 3 left over in the numerator. Now look at your n squared, okay? This is basically saying you have n times n. You have two n's in the numerator, and down here you have 1. So I'm going to take away 1 from the denominator and 1 from the numerator. So now I have n to the first. My next thought is, does 3 divide into 28, or do they have a number in common? No, they don't. So I'm not going to touch the 28. I'm going to leave it alone right now. The next thing that occurs to me is I have this binomial, 5n plus 1, and I have the exact same binomial in the denominator. Now, again, the cube here tells me I have 3 of these. In the numerator, I only have 1. So what we're going to do is cancel out this exponent and say I'm going to take 1 away, and that leaves me with 2 in the denominator, and I'm taking the 1 away from the numerator. So I'm canceling out 1 from each section. I don't see 4n plus 6 down here in the denominator. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my numerator. I have 3n, 5n plus 1 is gone, and I still have the 4n plus 6. And now my denominator, I have the 28 still, and I have 5n plus 1 squared. So now it's just a matter of, is there anything else I can simplify? Okay, so we can go ahead and distribute the numerator here. So when I say distribute, that's a fancy word for multiply. So we're going to multiply 3n times 4n, and I get 12n squared. 3n times 6, I get 18n, all over the product of 28 times 5n plus 1 squared. Okay, and so now we're just looking to see if any of the coefficients have anything in common. Now, I can't touch the 5. It's stuck inside that parentheses, so you got to leave it alone. But 12, 18, and 28. Seems like the largest number that they have in common is a 2. So I'm going to divide each of those by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 28 divided by 2 is going to be 14. And 18 divided by 2 is going to give me 9. So my final answer here is going to be 6n squared plus 9n all over 14 times 5n plus 1. And there's our final answer. Check back later for more problems.